Hi, I'm Jenny Lee Ryan, and today I'm going to show you how to put together this amazing cupcake pop-up card. It just pops up just like that. It's so fun. It's a project that I found on Cricut. I cut out all the pieces on Cricut for you, so if you pick up one of these packets, you'll have all the pieces. If you have your own Cricut and you want to cut it out, it still might help you to watch this video on how to assemble the pop-up cupcake card. So if you were able to pick up one of these craft kits while supplies last, here's what you're gonna find in there. So you're gonna find the instructions, and I'm gonna go a little bit rogue from the instructions based on what I did when I was practicing. And then you're gonna find, here's the outside of your card. Here are the two insides of your card. Here's the cupcake base, and you'll see where that goes. It kind of holds the cupcake in there so it can whoop, pop open like that. And here is the envelope. And then you'll have another envelope in there, this blue envelope. So in the blue envelope are the little parts. Now, as we work on this, I want you to pay attention to the swoopies, okay? And what I mean is this little swooped up part here, okay? They're all gonna match. It's gonna save you a lot of agony if you pay attention to the swoopies at the very beginning. So we've got the little cupcake bases, and you see how the little tabby, see they're swoopy, tabby, they're on the same side, and then the other one, they're swoopy and tabby is on the other side, okay? Very important when you're assembling this. Here's your little cupcake wrapper, and here are your cupcake parts. And look again, you've got swoopy and opposite swoopy. So they're gonna go like that so that they match, okay? So pay attention to those swoopies. And then we've got the frosting swoopies. So again, they're opposite, so they're gonna go like that to kind of match, okay? And then there's only one of these. Don't have to worry about swoopies. There's two of these. You don't have to worry about swoopies, but you want to make sure that you get the long side attached to the short side on each one. It's going to make kind of a square. So, but I'll show you how to do that. So you'll have two of these kind of brace the cupcake. You'll have two of the candles, and if it didn't completely get the star out, all you have to do is take like a toothpick or a needle and just kind of poke the part of the star that didn't get completely pulled out when I pulled it off the mat. You'll have at least two of these flames, and you'll notice in the Cricut project there are there's another piece to the flames. It's a tiny little part. I cut them out and they are everywhere. They're at my desk. Some of them made it into my car. One of them even made it all the way home and got stuck to my cat. I don't know. So if you desperately want the teeny tiny little piece that goes on the flame, you are welcome to check around my desk and see if any of them are still there. But I did leave those out because I just could not keep track of them and they went everywhere. It was insane. And then you'll also have glue dots. Now, if you've never used glue dots before, there's a sheet of glue dots. It should get you through the project. If you've never used glue dots before, you're gonna come into the library and say, Jenny Lee, you changed my life. These things are amazing, especially when you're doing paper crafting. I love them, which is why I made sure they were included in the kit. So the instructions that are included in there have this part last. I'm gonna go ahead and do it first because it's kind of a confidence builder. It's like the easiest part, so we're just gonna go ahead and do it. So you're gonna see there's these score lines along here. They're hard to see on the video, but you'll see them on your project, whether you cut it yourself or you pick up the kit from the library, and that's where you're gonna wanna fold. So just fold all those lines. If you have a bone folder, you can use that to get a really sharp crease. But if you don't have a bone folder, you'll be fine. And then do that. Okay. So, and because I'm not intending to mail this card, I'm just gonna do 2 little glue dots, okay? To stick it together. If you're mailing it, you wanna tape that down like way better. Okay. The way I like to use a glue dot is you tear it off, you tear off the clear part, and then I'm just gonna put it like right here in the corner, right there, and peel off the plastic, okay? And then I'm gonna do another one. They're a little staticky. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna do another one right there. And peel off the plastic. And then I'm just gonna fold that up right there. Okay, so the glue dots I'm using are a little bit bigger, you can see, so that they are kind of hanging over there. Yours are way smaller, but if you do, accidentally leave some of the glue dot exposed, easy to fix. Just take some cornstarch or baby powder, just brush it on there with your finger, and it won't like stick to everything. So there's the envelope. There you go. You already did one part of it. So like I said, confidence builder, that's the easiest part. So the other easiest part is you take this outer side, okay? And again, you're gonna find the score line and you're just gonna fold it in half. Easy peasy. Then you're gonna take the 2 innard parts and you just kind of wanna get them, you don't wanna get them too close to the fold because you want it to be able to close. Especially when you get all the parts in there. So I just kind of, get it centered here and then glue it down. Again, this is something that the instructions tell you to do like later. I like to do the easy parts first because then I get overly confident and I can look back at my successes if I'm having trouble assembling the card. And it is a little tricky. And you notice on this part, there are straight corners and there are rounded corners. So you want the rounded corners to match the rounded corners here, and you want the straight corners to kind of go there. But again, not too close to the fold. That way you can close it and open it easily and get that amazing pop-up effect. And as with any of the crafts that I do, it doesn't have to be exact, especially this one, because the person who receives it is gonna be so amazed that you made this cool little pop-up card. They're not gonna care if something's a little crooked. This side, if you do use more glue dots, just be careful you don't do any in the center where the cupcake is, and I'll show you why. Because when you get done, you're gonna see the white through there. So you don't want any of the glue there because again, it'll like stick to everything. It'll collect pet hair, whatever. Okay, so now that part is done and you've got the little card. Okay, so we've got the 2 easy parts out of the way. We've got the envelope, we've got the base of the card. Gonna set those aside for now and we're gonna get to assembling the cupcake. Okay, remember what I said, pay attention to the swoopies. So what I like to do is kind of line them all out so I know which swoopy goes which way. So again, I'm going a little bit rogue off of what the instructions say. What I like to do next is to put together the candle. Now, there's no markings on this, so you can like switch it either side. And what you want to do is when you glue your little candle on here, you want to make sure it creates a swoopy. If you do it that way, it does not create a swoopy. But this creates the top swoopy. And then here's the part where you're gonna say, thank goodness she didn't put those tiny little flame parts in there, because this is it's pretty detailed work. Gonna do that. Okay, so there's the center. You got your little candle, you got your little flame. Like I said, if you have glue that kind of runs over, little cornstarch, little baby powder, just brush it on there and it won't stick to the inside of your card. And it's the same on both sides, okay? Okay, so when you're assembling the pop-up part of the cupcake, it says slide the 2 white pieces onto the 2 dark pink pieces. That's where it's a little unclear. So the 2 white pieces it means is this one and this one. And remember, we're paying attention to the swoopies, so we want to make sure that they kind of mirror each other. So it goes like that. There's 4 little slots there. You want to put these in the 2 inner ones, in these 2, okay? So you're gonna do that and that. So you got your little swoopies, okay? And you've got little spaces here for those 2. So that's how it should look, just like that. Okay. Now it says add the brown pieces. Brown pieces, they can go either way, but you want to make sure you have one that has the tabby by the swoopy and one that has the tabby opposite of the swoopy, okay? And then you're matching the swoopy. So see, this kind of swoops up there. So this, and you can kind of fold this out if you need the stability, but this is gonna match the swoopy, okay? Check it out, there you go. And then this is gonna match the other swoopy, okay? So got all our swoopies going whoosh that way. All right, and then on the bottom, you see we've got a tab. The tabs are diagonal to each other. That's kind of the important part on that particular part. Now, these are gonna stabilize the cupcake, all right? You can see they can go either way. There's nothing marked on them. They're exactly the same. So you're going to, and look at that. It has 4 little slots here and there's 4 little open slots there. So you're gonna take this one and actually, you're gonna bend these in, okay? It'll help you. All right, I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna stick it to those 4. Okay, so see? So now this one, I'm gonna fold in and I wanna put this short side matched up with this one's long side, okay? And then vice versa. This one's long side is gonna be matched up to this one's short side. It's a little tricky, but if you get them all lined up, it should eventually, as you work with it a little bit, just kind of pop right in there. I mean, these pieces are literally made for each other, so it'll work eventually. So now these are gonna create a kind of a little box. So I'm gonna take a little glue dot. So I'm gonna attach those 2 pieces together. Okay, so see those little parts are kind of a box. There's a little, kind of a little bridge there. That's where your frosting swoopies are gonna go. So, pop a glue dot or 2 on the back of the frosting swoopy. And do I want it to go this way? No, that does not match the little swoopies. You want it to go the same as those swoopies. So you're gonna put it right there. And really kind of line it up with that brown swoopy there. A little tricky because it sticks out a little bit, so you might have to work a little bit to kind of get it stuck on there really good. But there we are. Okay, and of course, every birthday cake needs a candle. So look at the swoopy, match it up, and pop it in there. Oi, piece of cake, right? Literally. Okay, next, we're gonna put the cupcake in a cupcake wrapper. So you wanna fold on the score lines, okay? And there are 3 of them. And then, actually there's 4 because you've got the little tabby here, okay? And then you want to put the slipped little tabby into the little slot here. Very carefully, that little slot is really delicate. If you break it, it's okay. Just a little tape on the back and you'll be fine. Okay, so make a nice little square and then point down your little tabbies and put your cupcake in the square. Look at that, you've got the cupcake. Okay, now we're going to fold this, okay? And we are going to put the cupcake on it, slide the little brown tabbies through, okay? And when you do this, you want to make sure that your little tabbies are on the opposite corners. You see how there's the fold there, and then there's the corners that don't have a fold. So make sure it's not on the fold, and that way it'll collapse and then pop back up, okay? All right, we're ready for the final step. What I like to do is fold it in half like that, okay? And then do one side at a time. So I'm gonna put some glue dots on this side, oops. All right, and I'm gonna slide it into the fold and kind of center it, cream it down there. All right, so one side's done. Then you wanna do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you got your 4 little glue dots there, and then you're gonna squish it in there. And let's see if we did it. Chapow, you've got a lovely little cupcake pop-up card that fits so nicely into this envelope. And then when someone receives it, surprise, look, it pops right up just like that. It's a lot of fun. I hope you had fun making this card. Like I said, if you do have a Cricut and you want to learn more, use Creative Bug. It is free with your Farmington Public Library card. It's a free subscription. Everything I know about Cricut, I learned from Creative Bug. I'm not lying. I hope my instructions were helpful, and we'll see you next time at the Farmington Public Library.